Hey, hey, everybody. Just about to get started. Don't worry, Marina. As far as I know, no big surprises today. I
Доброго
think we're
дня,
just,
ми майже починаємо.
I hear somebody. Oh, it could be the translation's bleeding through.
I said, how could it be a surprise if you knew about it?
Surprise. Wasn't a surprise. Well, it's 3 p.m. Welcome to Xuanzang's Tower, the Saturday edition, live from Rimrock, Arizona, and everywhere else. And I just want to see if everybody's ready. Venerable Upala.
Hi, I'm just opening files, so if you want to chat for a minute.
Let's talk amongst yourselves, everybody. How are you, Geshe Michael?
Good. Here, this is doing
Відкриваю
pretty
файл
well.
одну хвилинку.
Yes,
Ooh.
yes. Successful.
Yeah, everything's
Ніби
good.
все добре.
Oh,
We've
it's
Yeah.
the
got
Russian.
Ukrainian or Russian bleeding through.
Yeah. Let's see if there's anything we can do about it. Usually it's just sort of.
Так, я на місці. I'm here.
Okay. I think it's not coming through now, right? All right. I think
It's
gonna be-
okay. I don't hear any things.
It was Ukrainian. Okay, you didn't hear it. Cool.
Geshe, did you get the new file I just sent you?
I changed the file this morning. Did you?
And I changed it after that.
Okay, well, you go ahead and do your homework and I'll find your file, okay?
Okay, cool.
Okay, bye.
Bye.
Just a moment. Thanks, everybody.
Okay.
Are you ready for us, Upala?
I am looking for the share screen button.
Perfect. Perfect. Well, a quick thank you to our interpreters. As usual, we will try to pace ourselves for you. Here we go.
Welcome to the first quiz of the year on the
Hey.
class of last year. It was a long time ago, so put on your KJJ emptiness hats and remember that we've been speaking about the mind-only school, in particular its distinction from the sutra school lately. So what is non-duality from the mind-only school point of view?
In terms of the Kunshi, Venerable? Is that, I forget the context.
We haven't been talking about kunshi, but that, I think you're on the right direction.
Well, usually I don't remember the exact part of your book, but usually it's that the seed that creates the perceiver and the perceived are one and the same.
Oh,
In mind only.
that's cool. It's not exactly what we were talking about last time, but it's very close. I mean, it could be like, you could even say it's a consequence of that.
Something about outer objects.
Well, it's this. Well, maybe it is exactly the same.
Yeah, I think that means what he was saying.
Yeah,
this
is yeah.
Yeah. So we just talked over each other. I apologize for that, of translators. It's that the subject and the object are not separate substances. So, for example, blue and the perception of blue are not separate because the mind, the perceiver, the subject is looking at the mind, the perceived, the object. So, what understanding does KWJ say is a precursor to understanding non-duality from the mind-only school perspective. So there's something that those of the sutra school hold as being true that J says, if you just let go of that,
Mm.
then you're on your way to the third school.
Is it about outer objects and how the sutras view them?
Not specifically outer, well, it's a very difficult word. I mean, sure, it's about outer objects.
Mm.
I mean, they say there are outer objects. That's true.
That they're autonomous or whatever?
So it's about how the name applies to that object. So does it apply to the object naturally or not? So if we could come to understand that thinking that a name does apply naturally would be an overestimation of reality. He says, then we'll be able to effortlessly deny that what's perceived in the mind that perceives it are separate substances.
It's cool to see how much this book parallels the Six Flavors teaching from way back in the day.
Yeah. There's a lot of gold in this book. Okay, so how can we take that leap? How can we jump from the precursor to the mind-only school? I'll just go through it since
Fearlessly.
and it's been a long time. Unless, Word, you want to take a crack?
I don't remember if J specifically outlined it.
Yeah.
No, I don't remember. Let's hear it.
Okay. We don't leap, we step. So first, we use logic to deny that physical objects exist as we think of them, when we think of them as being, by definition, the basis or the location of the words we give for their essential nature and characteristics. So that's the first thing. By doing so, we're also denying that they exist the way they appear to exist to the sense consciousness when they appear like that. And through that, we're establishing that the object that appears to the sense consciousness is mistaken. And then when we establish that, we deny that objects of a sense consciousness come from some external influence. And also, we deny that the sense consciousness appearing as blue, for example, exists as a different substance. Geshe-la is doing this kind of shaking of his head, which means forget all that. Okay. What is the Tibetan?
Oh, I was agreeing. This is in India. This means very good, very good.
It means agree.
Very deep.
Namparikpa?
Close. So this was a new word for those who follow the mind-only school, remember? Nampar is in there, Rikpa is in there, but there's also something else.
Namparikpa Mawa or something?
Ooh.
I don't know.
Not that one.
Denpa?
Only.
Oh, Tom. Yeah.
Nampar Rikpa Sao. Very
Okay.
good.
So wait,
Very-
okay. That would be conceptualist onlyists.
Well, yeah. It's inherent in the word.
Okay.
I suppose that Xintong has no English equivalent.
Mm.
The object that you hold.
If you take it that way,
Or has you-
Yeah, right. The kind of focus you have on the object.
Okay.
I suppose there's no Tibetan equivalent of effortless.
Mm.
Mepa mepa.
Sunme?
What did you say, Nick?
Mepa mepa.
No. If you're saying M's, right?
Bepa mepa.
Okay.
Bepa.
Well, you don't have to do the MEPA part. It's
Yep,
just
Peme.
Mepa.
Yeah.
Peme.
Amen.
Which is short for bepa mepa. Yeah, yeah.
Oh, okay. All right. I'll fix that. Thank you, Nick.
No, I mean,
No,
Okay.
there's two. You could do it.
Yeah.
Peme.
not techniques.
Who's,
This is
who's,
what I conceive of as being effortless in going from one
Oh.
place to another. Okay.
Hi, do you have any translation?
I do.
All right, that's cool.
And I don't know. I hope you haven't eaten lately because it might be disturbing.
It's pre-peach tree, not post.
Okay, okay.
Mm. Draft. Okay, good. Whoa, okay.
Yep. This was really hard. And so I just, tried. I'm not confident about anything, not even commas or quotation marks.
Okay. Teacher Satya Nyamshan Namki. Please the meditation. This doesn't say Satyupe. It says Satyui. So how would that change your translation?
I don't know.
10 levels.
Yeah, the 10 levels. Yeah. And it's plural. The Nyamshak is num, right? The meditation's on the 10 levels. Yeah. By meditating on the 10 levels, if you want to say it that way. True nature manifests. Yeah, that's okay. The next part is okay. Let's go to the second sentence. To see freedom from data tadak niroshiva. Tadak means all, kun. Okay. It's just a synonym for kun. Okay. The word tadak.
Okay.
It just means all. Okay. All of them are peace. Shiwatam. All of them are a state of peace. Okay. All of the 10 levels are a state of peace. Okay.
Again, would it be nothing but a state of peace for Chihuahua?
Yeah, you could say a simple state of peace. Yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah. And that state of peace is sometimes called Tridel, free of all elaboration. Okay. And then Tridel Lam, the path free of all elaboration. Shiluk we haven't had before. And it means, you could say the primordial state, maybe something like that. It's a
Not
very,
the original state.
you could say original state, but it means more, it's supposed to feel more timeless.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Primordial feels more timeless than original, right?
Yeah.
Okay. The primordial state. And then we say we see it. in the path free of all elaboration, we see the primordial state. And then, by the way, who is he quoting here? It's a quotation, right?
Oh, I thought he was, I mean, it could be.
Yeah, this whole thing is a quotation.
Oh, okay.
And J was referring to another text. And he made a brief reference to it. And it was a very strange reference. So we went to get the original text from John Brady's database. And
Well, so this is part of that. That's from within this.
yeah, we are in a quotation. We are in a,
Right.
we went and got out of John's database, we went and got a quotation, which has another quotation inside of it.
Right.
Okay, so we're at third level quotation now. But the important part here is takbatsam, which means that's what we're going to focus on today. And that's, what does it mean, takbatsam? Yeah, just impute it or just name something, I don't know. It's just called them. Okay, this spelling, Pao Takasatak, BTAGS, means just called that. And it's very important to the topic we're on today, or the topic we've been on for about 2 years. And by the way, we're reaching the end of that topic. God bless. We've studying the 3 qualities of the mind-only school. Who can tell me some of them?
We got our talks.
Kuntak is famous, okay? Just an idea, an imagination, just called that, okay? Kuntak.
We got our Xuanzangs.
Shenwang means what?
At the mercy.
All
Under
changing.
the mercy of others.
Yeah, so that's a billion zillion things. All the things in the universe that change are called Shenwang. And literally it means they are at the mercy of somebody else. Shenwang. Meaning they're at the mercy of their causes. They're all results and they're at the mercy of their causes. If the causes disappear, they disappear. If the causes change, they change. So that means changing things. So far we got 2. Imaginary things and changing things. What's the third one? Yongdub, which means totality, which means the emptiness of the. Now listen, this is really important. The fact that all the changing things don't have what we thought they had, kuntak, shenwang, kuntak, okay? The fact that all changing things don't have what we thought they had is emptiness. And in the mind-only school, that's called totality. And I like to call it the equation. Shenwangs minus kuntaks is yongdubs. All changing things minus wrong ideas about them is emptiness. Okay? And that's the mind-only formula. Yep.
Can I ask a very brief question about that?
Yeah. Go ahead.
That kuntak, because kuntak can mean a couple things. So
Mhm.
is it more specifically referring to the kuntak that's the gakja of the mind-only school when you minus from the shenwang?
Yeah. Yeah. And
Okay.
and we're gonna have a whole presentation of it if we can get to it today.
Thank you.
Seriously. And there's a very major problem with all of mind-only literature and even Tsongkhapa that this tak in kuntak is spelled different ways, which changes the meaning completely. So this BTAGS is a past tense of ndok, which means to apply a name to something, okay? But it's kuntak can also be spelled pauratatatagasatak, which means BRTAGS, which means imaginary, vikalpa. It's 2 completely different words. And they're almost interchanged and they get really confusing. And great authors get confused, okay? So here we have an ancient scripture that uses bataks, which means just called something, just named something, okay? Past tense of
This is Jason Kappa right here. These
I don't
first 2.
remember. I mean, I can go check.
Yeah, these first 2 lines, well, these third 2 are Jason.
Yeah, this is
And then-
on the ornament of realizations, right? The jewel of realizations. Tsongkhapa's early commentary. He wrote it in his 20s. It's his first major work. It's too long and it's too complicated, and people rarely use it. But it's thorough. It's a good quality as it's thorough. Okay, it's a 25-year-old showing off. And later he got more concise, but it's huge book. Sometimes it's printed in 2 volumes. So, okay. What was his first book of all time? It was a love poem to Saraswati. So that tells you something. Anyway, okay.
So how do we put this together?
De
All of them-
tada gema shiwa samna tridalam shiluk tong she tapasamte. This is very important because what he's saying is all of those 10 levels states of meditation are paths or states of mind which are free of thinking of things as self-existent, and we just call them seeing the true nature of reality. And that's the theme today. The theme today is why did Tsongkhapa say, I don't want to talk about seeing the true nature of reality. I want to talk about why that's just made up and why it's not real. Seeing the true nature of reality is a misnomer. Okay? You don't see the true nature of reality. Obviously, you don't see it with your eyes, but you don't even see it with your mind. He objects to the word. And that objection comes from ancient sutra. So now he's going to an ancient sutra. He says, I object to the word seeing used for emptiness. Okay? Because that's a whole beautiful theme that we're going to talk about today. And so what he's saying is, when you see the shiluk, or the way things really are, that's kuntar. That's just imaginary word. You don't see any goddamn thing. He says the perception of ultimate reality in the mind-only school is imaginary. And he goes deep. He's going really deep. Okay, got it? He says, you use the word see, you're in trouble. I don't like this word. And I can prove it. Buddha objected to that word. Okay, all right. Not seeing is, okay, here we go. It gets really beautiful. Okay, Yunten Rinchen Dubane. Yeah, as it says in the condensed highest accomplishment. Yeah, okay. Wait, you got to catch the Rinchen here. Precious or something. The compilation of precious qualities or something. Guna and then Ratna, right? Yeah, something like that. Yeah, okay. And here we go with objections to the word Hong, see. Okay, who's objecting now?
Buddha.
Lord Buddha, in the short perfection of wisdom. Okay, Tsongkhapa says, look, it's not me who has a problem with the word see. Buddha had a problem with the word see. And I'll quote you. Sugnam mi tong sorwa dakem mi tongshin. We don't see, by the way, I'll ask you guys, but I'm not going to offer money because it's too easy. Tell me the list that Lord Buddha might be going through. I'll give you the first 3 items. Suk, Sorwa, Dushe.
Skandhas.
5 heaps.
Yeah, the 5 heaps. He's going through the 5 heaps. Therefore, the first one has to be physical things. Okay, so the word suk here means physical things. Yeah. Suk is, that word is, what do you call it? Ambiguous. because as the object of the eye power, it means visible things, colors and shapes. But as one of the 5 heaps, it means all physical matter, both inside a person and outside of a person. Okay. So what's that?
Is it Rupa?
Yeah, they're both rupa. That's the problem. Okay. And rupa ultimately comes into the Indo-European kaverp, which comes into the word corpse. So you see rupa in the word corpse. It's interesting. It means body, core, like also core, C-O-R-P-S, like the military corps or some body of soldiers. Okay, so RP, the RP comes from rupa. Okay, so subna mitong, you don't see physical stuff. Sarva dakyang mitong, you also don't see feelings. Word, any guess why he might use a dualized feelings? Huh?
It's a heap of feelings. Many different kinds.
No, but dual means 2.
Two.
He used the Sanskrit
Um,
plural,
and
which
bad. Good and bad
yeah,
feeling.
good and bad. I would say good, feeling bad. Okay, I think that's a very subtle translation thing. When someone refers to feelings as the pair of feelings, it means good and bad. Okay, and if you're a sensitive translator, you have to translate that. Okay, okay. You don't see the 2 kinds of feeling or something like that. Okay, good. Then he goes to the next heap,
it's good to see.
or the next part of a human being, douche. Okay, we don't see douche, discrimination. What should be next?
The other factors.
Yeah, the heap of other factors. Heap number 4 is the heap of other factors. And he doesn't give it. Lord Buddha doesn't give it. Okay, he says, Sempa, spelled with a D, which means bodhisattva. Okay, this DPA means warrior, sattva. So, and the original, this is Tsongkhapa's version of the sutra. But when you go to John Brady's database, the sutra is not spelled with a D, it's spelled with a P. Okay. You see what I mean? When you put a D on Sempa, it changes it to Bodhisattva. But when it doesn't have a D, what does it mean? And if you quote the first line of the 4th chapter of the Abhidharmakosha word, I'll give you $100.
Lele Jikan
Lele Jitan, that's okay.
okay.
Dani,
Lele
Dani,
Dani, Sempa.
okay, you boys, you lost the money. There's a lady in the room here who just got out of retreat, and therefore she sees all things. Chloe got it right. Yeah. So yeah, Semba
Can you
means,
repeat again?
yeah, Semba means any movement of the mind. Lele
no, I
Jitana Deni Semba. The definition of karma is a movement of the mind. That's very beautiful. Okay, so Lord Buddha, when he got to the 4th of the 5 heaps, he did not say other factors. He started with Sempa, and he did not spell it with a D like Tsongkhapa did. Okay, which means he's talking about a mental function. And word's going to tell us why it might be in the 4th heap.
Because the 4th heap includes basically all the other mental functions except feeling and discrimination.
Yeah, so if you wanted to refer to the 4th heap, you might just start naming mental functions that are not the other 2. Okay, not bad. Okay, but definitely not DPA. All right. Okay. Hong Mepa, but it has some meaning here. The Bodhisattva is not insane. Okay. Tong Mepa means they don't see. things. You don't see form, you don't see feelings, you don't see discrimination, you don't see the movement of the mind, etc. You don't see.
Muketa, why did he
Mm.
change from mi tong to tong pa mei?
Same thing. I don't know. It's probably some
Really?
Sanskrit. Yeah.
It's not a there isn't?
No, it's not important. It's not major here. Yeah, it's okay. It's something about the Sanskrit. The Sanskrit flowed better with Tong Nepa. Okay,
Okay.
let's keep going. What do we expect next? What do we expect next? Maybe the fifth heap, consciousness. Okay. Then he says, oh, by the way, there's a line missing from Tsongkhapa. That's in John Brady's database. Okay, if you go to the original sutra, which every mixed nut would do, I'm sure, even after Grandpa's gone to another world, okay, you will check your references. Even Jetson Kappa might leave a line out. Okay, so here it is. Here's what's number Shippa?
Consciousness.
Yeah, heap number 5. Okay, as we expected. And so Tsongkhapa left it out. Okay. Or this edition of Tsongkhapa. We don't know. Sem Yi, and then he just repeats Sem and Yi. Number Shepa, Sem and Yi are 3 synonyms for heap number 5. You can call it consciousness, you can call it mind, you can call it the thought. But they're all the same thing. Okay. Hong Mepa, cannot see. So what do we got so far from the original sutra? You cannot see Peter's body. You cannot see Peter's feelings. You cannot see Peter's capacity of discriminating between things. You cannot see any of Peter's other factors, and you cannot see Peter's mind. Okay. Dini Chitong. Utpala.
We see everything.
Tong me, mi tong. Dini Chitong.
Therefore, we see everything.
Yeah, when you don't see those 5 things, you saw everything. Okay, got it? All right? It's a beautiful quotation. When you don't see your body, you don't see your mind, you don't see your thoughts, you don't see anything else about Rosa, then you see Rosa. Okay. What's the topic we're on right now? Somehow it's an objection to the idea of tong. Somehow we're leading into an somebody's objecting to the word seeing used with emptiness, particularly in the mind-only 3 qualities. Okay, seeing the absence of kuntak in shenwangs. Seeing the absence of kuntaks in shenwangs, which is emptiness according to the mind-only school. Seeing that things are not there is to see. And and the mind-only guy is like, I got scriptural proof for it. I mean, Lord Buddha said it in his short Perfection and Wisdom. Don't blame me. This is Lord Buddha telling you how you see things. You don't see them. Then you see. Okay, got it? When you don't see those things that are there, then you're really seeing. Okay? Lord Buddha. Okay, cool. Then Lord Buddha says we see examples of this in the everyday world because people say Namka Tong. What? I looked at the sky. I saw the sky. I saw the sky. I went out today and saw the sky from the great mountain of Rimrock at the palace at the top. Okay, I went out and saw the sky. He says, look, even normal people say I went out and looked at the sky. Okay, Tong, right? I went out and looked at the sky, right? And this Namka word is touchy because it also means you know the 4 spaces. You can read it 4 different ways. Okay, luckily you guys were trained. Okay, which space is he talking about? Is he talking about the blue sky? Is he talking about outer space? Is he talking about the space that a thing occupies? Or is he talking about space in the sense of canceling kuntaks to reach young groups with shenwangs? Okay, which space is he talking about? Got it? Okay, we're on that. Namka jitar tongin dindi tabargi.
Oh,
Here's a
Geshe-la,
different, yeah,
before we go on, can you talk about what this means then?
yeah, it just means even people in the normal world talk about looking at the sky. Sink Raptuja means they always talk about, I went out and looked at the sky. It's just means they use that kind of language. They use that kind of language. Normal people in the world use that kind of language. I went out and looked at the sky. Okay. And then Lord Buddha says, Namka Jidar Tong. How could you see the sky? Titakpargi. And Lord Buddha used BRT, not BT.
Yeah, you have to examine it more closely.
Yeah, this spelling means examine. It doesn't mean to give something, imputate a name or something, to apply a label. It doesn't mean that. BRT, which many authors confuse. Tsongkhapa has confused. The BRT means name, okay? Name something, okay? So, I'm sorry, BRT means examine. BT means name. So what does Lord Buddha say here?
Okay.
Yeah, we have to Brettag. We have to examine the dun.
That object.
Meaning, what the hell do people mean when they say, I went out and looked at the sky? We got to think about that. We got to think about that. How do you see the sky? You know, we got to think about that. Who said that? Lord Buddha. Okay, all right, good. Yeah, Tonga dan Shen Ki Ni Ba New Mayan. Nipa means what?
Impossible.
Yeah. Nipa means can, and New Mayan means you cannot. And he says, Tonga New Mayan. Lord Buddha says, with regard to space or the sky, Tonga New Mayan. You can't see the space. You can't see the sky. What are you talking about? You know, you can't see the sky. And Shen Ki Nye. Nye means to locate or to find. Okay. And Shen Ki means through any other means. You can't see the sky and you can't find it any other way either. Okay. You cannot see the sky and you can't find it in any other way. You can't touch the sky or smell the sky or, okay. You cannot. Who's saying that? Yeah, don't tell me you saw the sky. Lord Buddha's objecting to the word see. Yeah, cool. All right. So what's that next sentence mean, Venerable Utpana?
That's the only way we're going to see anything.
Yeah, good. That's the only way you can see things is to understand that you can't see things. When you finally understand that you can't see the sky, then you really saw something. Okay. Cool. Very beautiful. Now, I think we're back to Tsongkhapa.
Well, no, we have this one. Oh, yeah, right. This is back.
I think we're.
Oh, no.
Just
This was indented, I think.
I know I indented it, but.
Oh.
Anyway, we'll read it. It's all the same. Whether Buddha said it or Tsongkhapa, it's all the same.
This is very true.
Yeah, Rila Sope Jibyo. You translated that well. When you don't see a mountain, you call it seeing the sky. Okay. When you don't see a mountain, when it's empty, when the vista is empty of obstructing forms like mountains, then you can say, I saw the sky. Okay, so not seeing, dip yoke means things that could obstruct your vision. Okay, yoke literally means to spread a cloth over a telescope or something. Yoke. And then dip yoke means it's blocking your vision. But like up here, there's nothing blocking your vision. There's no mountains blocking your vision. When there's nothing blocking your sight, you can say, I saw the sky. When people say, I saw the sky, what they mean is, there was no mountain there, so I saw the sky. Got it? So now we come to an important concept that Jetson Kappa is going to use, and KWJ is going to use it for the mind-only school, that when you say you saw the sky, what you mean is that something wasn't blocking you. Got it? Okay, and that's important. And that comes from Lord Buddha. Lord Buddha says, you want to say you saw the sky? Okay, but what you really mean is I didn't see something else. Therefore, I saw the sky. I didn't see mountains, so I saw the sky. Got it? Okay. He defines seeing as not seeing something else, not being blocked by something else. Okay?
Geshe-la.
And by the way, the blocker here is going to be kuntaks, things you thought were there that weren't there. And in the absence of kuntaks, you can see the sky, which is yongdu, which is emptiness. Got it? It's all, but you don't see it. You just don't see what you thought was there. You don't see the sky. You don't see what you thought was there. And we call that seeing the sky. But you don't see the sky. You just don't see what was there that would have prevented you from seeing the sky. Seeing the sky means you don't see what might have blocked you from seeing the sky. That's what seeing the sky means. It doesn't mean you see the sky. You can't see the sky. It's clear. It's totally clear. It's invisible. Nobody can see the sky. Oh, when I saw the sky. No, you saw there was no mountain. Okay. Got it?
Geshe-la.
Yeah.
Isn't that a argument then for translating Namka as space and not sky?
It's very delicate here because they're talking about mountains. It's very delicate. Yeah.
Do we define sky in a negative way?
Yeah. Well, space is defined in a negative way.
I mean, sky.
The opening lines of the Abhidharma Kosha, translated by some great man,
Yeah, there are some.
they say it's, they say some fools say it's blue. Fools say it's blue. Okay, so
It is a
you know,
negative
yeah,
definition.
yeah. There's a debate in the opening lines of the Abhidharma Kosha. Yeah. It's not the canopy of blue, he says. Okay, that's not sky. Okay, that's not sky in the classical Akasha sense. Okay, all right. All right, nice. By the way, I mean, we're headed into a very deep idea. And then when he finishes it, he's going to say, and that deep idea was presented in 3 different periods of Lord Buddha's life. And he segues, KWJ segues to the 3 wheels, 3 turnings of the wheel. And we're out of the goddamn 3 qualities, which we've been in for 2 years. And it was such a relief. And then what's going to happen is a big downer, because we're going to go to the middle way school, which you can translate it in your sleep. And then the whole book is not going to be so tasty. Okay. But Venerable Upa will have less headaches. Okay. Here we go. Dun, 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 dun. Yeah. You've got to put these guys up here. Okay.
I'm
Okay,
so
so
glad you gave me the word for Nate because I could not find it in any dictionary.
Which one?
Nate. The BSNED. Or yeah, BSNYED.
Oh yeah, to report or to relate a story or something like that. It can mean to find. Without the E, when you change the E to A, it means to give a report. And when it has an E, it means to locate. So it's, by the way, I went and got the original quotation here.
Thank you.
Okay, from John Brady's database. You can see it. It's pretty good. They spelled Bertok correctly. Thank you. And Toa Per Shinki Nyepa Numayan. This Nyepa means to give a report, cannot be described in any other way. If it were NYAD, it would mean cannot be described in any other way. Okay? Cannot be, the seeing cannot be described in any other metaphor than by saying that the mountain is missing or something like that. Okay? So the original quotation by Lord Buddha says report. I think the version quoted by Tsongkhapa
Had the
Yeah.
E. And
Did
it
it have
did
the
have
E?
a pair.
Yeah. So anyway, I would, for your translation, I would go to the original sutra.
Okay.
And again, in Tsongkhapa's time, they hadn't formalized the translations of the Kangyo yet and the Tengyur. And he was still holding out and trying to use some better translations. And then ultimately he lost out. Ultimately, they were carved, some were carved in different ways than what he wanted. And the ones he liked were lost because they were just written on paper. Somebody wrote them on paper and they were lost. Okay. One translation rose to the top, mostly correct, but with some problems. Not the way he would have chosen it. So reading Tsongkhapa and Kirubje and Gyaltsabje carefully is historically very interesting because you see alternate translations of the Kangyo and Tengyur. Some of them better. And then they died. They were no one kept those papers, so. Okay, who's gonna read? Utpala, your reading is perfect, so why don't you help someone else to read?
Yeah, sure. I would like Venerable Xuanzang to read, please.
Okay, here we go.
Namka Dedra Tane Kine Sunamka Rangi Ne Sulki Wangi Yirpa Nzinpa Nitso Kela Yang Len Ke Suldu Yuching Deni Ndit Pai Luki Chuki Dak Nzin Yang Yenla Namka Chirogi Pepo Nzimpa Pe Lolen Ke Bishuido.
Yeah, good.
Like that.
I'm going to make myself a note that I just figured out. Okay. So, Venerable Utpala Namka?
Well, space or sky?
Yeah, space or sky, Din Dawe Tanye. That particular Tanye.
That word.
Yeah, that particular term meaning sea. Okay. Can you refer to sky with that particular term? Okay. Can sky be the ne to which you apply that particular term? What's
Can
ne
that
mean?
be the location?
Yeah, or the locus. Can sky ever be referred to with the word sea? Okay. And he doesn't repeat the word sea, unfortunately. Okay. He says, can sky ever be referred to with that word? And he doesn't tell us which. Okay. So I made a note for myself later. Okay. Tong. Nesu. Could the sky be referred to with the word sky? Rangi netsuki wanki means naturally. Could the sky suggest to you to use the word sea with sky? Can the sky say, can you please use the word sea with me? Okay. I think it'd be nice, Can sky, Rangi Netsuki Wangi, can it automatically suggest the word sea in your mind? And then if you think so, you are a so-so-kiwo.
You haven't seen emptiness
Okay.
yet.
Yeah, you are a non-emptiness person. You didn't see emptiness yet. If you think the word sea is appropriate to use for sky in a naturally, then you didn't see emptiness. Okay, got it? There's certain words that are used for certain things that are inappropriate. And if you think they are appropriate, you didn't get it. Okay, got it? Okay, and Neitsuki Wanki means if you think the word sea can be used naturally for the word sky, then you're a soke. Okay, soke la yang shenkei kitsu. Not only that, that desire to call it sea in your heart is senkei and not kunta.
It's
What's
inborn.
senkei? Yeah, you have it for beginningless time. You have an automatic error in your brain. You were born with a defect in your brain. Okay, senkei means you've always had it. You know, the kind of the definition of a person who hasn't seen emptiness is a person who, since they were born, would like to use the word sea with sky. Okay, all right. It's cool. It's a cool section. The whole section could be a whole book, you know, or a meditation course in Europe. And in this Luke, Deepe Luke,
In this system, in the mind-only school,
yeah, now I challenge you, Venerable Pala, to tell us the difference between D Luke and Deepe Luke. D Luke means this system.
Practitioners of this system?
would be by these practitioners. System
Yeah,
practice.
Deepe Luke means the system of these guys. This Deep Bob changes this to these guys. These guys is a system. Whose guys is system? We've been talking mind only school for 2 years. Probably it's mind only school. Okay. Deepe Lukla, in this system, to think that the word sea could be used naturally with the sky is Chirki Dangzin.
oh, that's the self-existence of things.
Yeah, that is the holding to the self-existence of things. That's the ignorance in this school. Thinking that the word sea could be used with sky naturally in this for these dudes is to hold things as self-existent rather than people, things. Okay. All right, cool. Now he says, Namka Chiroki Pembo. What's Pembo? It's a hard word. Pembo.
Particle?
Yeah, it means it's an alternate word for physical form, physicality, but it implies particulate matter as opposed to form. Okay, form is a general word for the physical stuff. And then when you say matter in English, it more implies made of particles. Okay, so Bembo is an ancient word for physical form, which emphasizes its physicality. Like iron is really Bembo. Okay, all right, made of stuff, hard stuff. Okay, Bembo. So now Kedub J says, let's consider lo,
The mind,
sem, a state of mind, which Zin,
which holds
that Namka is a Chiroki Bembo.
that space is an external thing.
Yeah,
Parts.
let's consider the state of mind that considers the absence of physicality as gross physicality. Let's consider the state of mind which holds the absence of physicality as the grossest, most obvious physicality. Okay? Missing.
That's impossible.
Yeah, who's gonna think that? You know, who's gonna think that? You know, who's gonna look at the sky and says, "Oh, it's got, you know, little pieces of this and that in it. That to look at the sky and hold it to be physical in the way that the mountain that blocks the sky is physical is foolish. Okay, it's crazy. Nobody would think that. Okay, got it.
And then nobody would think that Plenke, right? Is the impossibility related to Plenke?
Yeah, it
Or to
wouldn't
the
come
thought?
up in, no one would automatically think that. Okay. No one would say, I see the sky because there's no mountains between me and it right now, and think that the sky was somehow like the mountain and made of rocks but the same physicality as the mountain. Okay? When you say I saw the sky because there was no mountain in the way, you are not saying you think that the sky is made of rocks and stones. You're just saying I can't see. It's not blocking the sky. But when you say I see the sky because there's no mountain there, you're not implying that the sky is somehow made of stuff in the way that mountains are made of stuff. And that's important in this discussion, in this extended metaphor of emptiness. It's very important. Okay, the absence of an external blue, which is not part of my mind, is quite different from blue. I mean, you're defining it as the absence of a blue, which is not part of my mind. But nobody ever said that emptiness was somehow physical like blue. Okay. Got it? Got it? It's very interesting. It's extremely interesting. I gotta say it again. The big mind only school thing is when you see this blue microphone, you're seeing part of your own mind. Okay. Therefore, they say emptiness is the absence of the blue, which could not be part of my mind. Okay. But then Tsongkhapa and everybody else, Buddha says, but don't think that because we define emptiness as the absence of a blue, which is made of stuff, that emptiness is made of stuff. That's not what we're saying. Got it? Okay. I see the sky. Why? There's no rocks and stones in the way. Oh, you must think that sky is made of rocks and stones or something similar. And we're like, no, it's completely different. Emptiness is not at all similar to the blue. Either blue. Which one? What do I mean, either blue? A blue coming from you or a blue coming from you? Not coming from you. The emptiness of that blue is in no way similar to the stuff that blue is made of, whether it's made of mind or outside particles. Got it? Either way you want to take the blue, made of your mental seeds or made of outside stuff, the absence of it is totally different stuff. Got it? Okay? Don't compare the emptiness either to atoms or to thoughts, because it's neither. It's not made of things. Okay? It's fundamentally different stuff than either atoms or thoughts. It's the absence of stuff. Got it? You can say I see the sky because the mountain's not there, but don't think that that implies that the sky is somehow similar to the composition of a mountain. Don't confuse the two. Got it? Cool. It's very beautiful. It's very deep. And he's talking about, again, if you meditate on this, take it to the three qualities of the mind only school. The truth is there. What he's trying to say is there. Okay? Cool. Very deep. Very beautiful. Okay.
2 minutes.
2 minutes. That's just, yeah.
Geshe-la,
Yeah.
isn't it slightly erroneous for him to put Hlenke as far as Sosoke was, because an Arya doesn't get rid of a Hlenke until much later?
I'm not sure he mentioned an Arya here.
Well, he said Sosoke, so as opposed to
Okay. That's okay. I understand what you're saying. I think some forms of the Arya's perception do relate to Hlenke. Maybe he's starting to destroy Hlenke. How's that?
Okay. Thank you.
Let's start, Venerable Utpala, the next sentence. We'll stop on time, which is 1 minute, and then you'll finish the rest of the sentence, okay?
Oh, joy, oh bliss.
Please, what'd she say?
Oh, joy of this.
Just just read the first half of the next line, and then we'll go to page 3. Oh, sorry, no, we'll go to our discussion.
Deshin dun dishena yungi dole.
Yeah, Deshindu means what? S-
It's like that.
yeah, similarly,
Oh,
Dishena, if you shade D,
if you understand this
you can understand this other quotation from Yunkido.
from the Mother Sutra.
Yeah, I'm going to give you another sutra, longer sutra, and I'm going to throw another quotation at you. And if you understood the first one about the mountains and the sky, you'll have no problem with this one. Okay, let's read it. Okay. Shanju Semba Yandapa Jesu Matong.
Yeah, you don't see
We cannot see bodhisattvas.
bodhisattvas.
You cannot see a bodhisattva. Okay. Shanju Semba Minyan Matong.
You can't even see the word bodhisattva.
Yeah, yeah. And now you got to chew on what does that mean? And the rest of the paragraph is going to explain that. So you go from I can see the sky because I don't see mountains to I cannot see a bodhisattva. And I can't even see the name bodhisattva. Okay. Then you got to figure that one out. All right,
Wow.
cool. And then that has repercussions on the possible misreading in Tsongkhapa's quotation, where he said sempa with a D, where he changed movement of the mind to bodhisattva. Okay, all right. We'll stop there. Now, at this point in the class, we have a 15-minute open discussion with Venerable Utpala. Grandpa takes a grand break. And then we go to Juan Hasso and we find out the news of the Worldview organizations. Okay, bye.
Thank you so
Thank
much, Kisaba.
you.
Thank you, Paula. Thank you, everybody.
Wait,
And
she's doing 15 minutes now. Nick?
Oh yeah, that thank you was not meaning she's done.
Oh,
One
okay.
quick announcement. Remember, if you want to stick around after the Peachtree World News, Word will be giving a class on Tibetan basics, and all of his students are reading better than us already. So, well, getting there.
Yeah, kind of irritating.
So stick around if you want to learn how to read Tibetan really well and all that. Okay, thank you. Thanks, Upala. Take it away.
Wow. So this was, I don't know about you, but for me, this was like so. There were moments where I went, aha. And it's like I have to sit with it on the cushion for a while. But is there anyone who can speak about this now? Does anyone have the words for how they can use what I have found to be quite profound in their daily life?
I don't see the cinnamon roll.
I don't see anyone who can answer that question. Probably can't hear them either.
That's the emptiness of opinions of the.
I'll start.
Okay, Stanley's coming up to sit here.
Hey, Stanley, thank you.
Let me see. I'm gonna pin him. I'd love to pin him actually. Okay, good. There we go. Okay.
Hi, Stanley.
Hi. I through your class I realized the sky is not blue. That's it.
Well, how are you going to use that in your daily life?
If there's no blue sky, there are many other things that I must be seeing wrong, so I have to figure it out. Yeah. That's a starting point for me, because I actually remember what Geshe told us many times, that a Geshe like Ken Rinpoche can prove to you that that the sky is not blue, and it could be green also. So that's it seems like that's a small idea, but to me, it feels like a big idea. Because in all whole life of mine, we say blue sky.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah. Okay. Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye.
Well, just
Bye.
remember that the word sky here means space also. And then you get into the four spaces. Hector has something, he's coming up.
I'll get to you, Venerable Kadran, in just a minute, okay? Hi, Hector.
Hi, Pala. How are you?
Good. How are you?
Good.
Welcome to Arizona.
Thank you. Yeah, it's cold up here.
Yeah. I'm sure New York is warm.
But can you see that it's cold?
This class blew my mind. It's stunning, because we study and we practice these things all the time. And so I'm like regurgitating all the things I've learned and incorporating into my everyday. But the reminder that I am constantly obstructed by my own mountain, by my own view, means I cannot see the infinity that lies when you remove your own obstructions. And the practice of what we've been studying, the way I've thought I incorporate it into my everyday, is the obstruction. Like, it's the obstruction of, I think I know what I'm doing. And then suddenly you're like, get rid of that mountain and you access that feeling of infinity that lies in all of us. And then you can see the infinity in the annoying people and the loving people and all the people that are my mountains. My construct of them are my mountains. So for me, it's like I'm going back to New York and Three Jewels and this incredible group of people who have taken up this study. And I'm trying to deconstruct the mountain and see the infinite sky in the Rachels and the Stevens and the Santys and the students that come there.
Yeah. Very cool. And that the annoying people or the beautiful people or the wonderful people or the smart people or the dumb people, those are all obstructions.
They're mountains. Yeah. Yeah. And they're not made of stuff or thought. In their ultimate sense.
Yeah, nice.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.
We got, I know you have one more victim out there, but I got another one here maybe after that.
Okay. Venerable
But
Kadran.
Yeah, you had Venerable Kachin, I think.
Thank you, Venerable Utpala. Thank you, Geshe-la, for this wonderful class. It was very exciting for me, and I'm not far away from a great idea of Stanley, because I just think that to have blue sky as a thing which I cannot see, it's a great idea, because when I go out and every time I can see sky, it reminds me that, wow, I cannot see sky. It's just, so it's a good reminder. It's a kind of hook for me to remember that I don't see sky. I don't see mountain. I don't see like buildings. It's wrong. So it's just a reminder for keeping this idea and letting it settle in my mind. So for me, it's a kind of hook. Thank you.
Yeah, it's always there. It's like it comes right after the breath, right? I mean, the breath is, we always have that, but blue sky, at least in Arizona, it's always there.
The best reminder.
Yeah.
We got Anjali here, Utpala.
Okay. And then Pei Ling after
Hi.
Anjali.
Okay.
Thank you,
Cool.
Venerable Kadran.
Thank you, Karin.
Thank you.
Hi,
Yeah, I guess
Anjali.
Following the train
Talk
here.
loud, talk loud,
What?
talk loud.
Yeah, just following the train here, like, working from the positive side of thinking everything's coming from me. And then even when I'm doing that with the, like, just daily things, like, oh, this problem that I have is something that I'm projecting from seeds that I planted in the past. And then I try to drop that and say there's an absence of anything that isn't that way. I'm still thinking that I'm seeing, I still have this idea that I'm seeing something and that not correct, you know? So I think what ended up happening for me and how I would use this in daily life is to, like what Hector was saying, it's just like deconstructing the obstruction that, and it just feels like you just keep kind of backing it out. And that absence is not, you know, there's that seeing, I think the thing that I think I'm seeing, I'm still seeing it incorrectly. Like, or the thing that I think that I'm not seeing, I'm still seeing it incorrectly. So the whole thing is just one big not seeing anything correctly because I've never had a correct perception. So therefore, where that drops me into a place of humility, because a place of humility within myself, you know, kind of like breaks down any level of arrogance that I think I know something after studying this for 20 years. I'm still a baby, you know, like, and haven't seen anything directly myself. So then that actually draws me into a greater feeling of bodhicitta, compassion for others but maybe those others are not like me. Maybe everyone else is seeing things that I'm not seeing, you know, and then it just brings it back to humility. That's all, just like being humbled by the fact that this is an amazing system and I haven't seen anything yet.
That means you did see it.
Okay, good. Cool.
Okay, good.
Thanks, Mama.
We got Rosa. We got, oh, you got somebody else, and then we'll do Rosa. Rosa, come.
Pei Ling.
Yes.
Hey, Lou.
Yeah.
Hi.
Hi. Thank you for today's class. What I learned from the class is, if we forget about what we want, we can able to see what other need. Thank you.
If we let go of what we want, we can see what others need. Is that what you said?
If we forget about what we want, so we can see what others need.
Yeah, that's beautiful. That's beautiful. Thank you. Hi,
Go,
Rosa.
Rosa.
Hi, Venerable.
You can advertise your books now that you're here.
No, I'm talking about
No.
I thought about last week, and I can't remember the specifics, but we were talking about imaging instead of using imagining, you know, or a mental image. And I was thinking today I can make that connection with now we're saying that we're actually not seeing, or using that word doesn't explain the experience of emptiness directly. And now I'm thinking maybe it's more correct, you know, as we're trying to evolve in this path, or, you know, how to sort of uncover how we experience things. Using the word imaging might be more correct, although it's not obviously still a positive, but I like to play with that idea now with, you know, imaging versus seeing.
Nice.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's
Yeah, cool. Thank you.
We got
The artist
Chloe.
herself.
Woodpala, we have Chloe if you like.
Oh, I would love to hear from Chloe just coming out of retreat, and then I would like to hear
Yeah.
from Venerable Sunam if we have time.
She's also much more rich now.
So what you think you don't want has a different material cause to what you think. Like enlightenment is caused by enlightenment seeds. It's not caused by any normal activity seeds or intentions. So it's like the sky has the material cause of a sky. The emptiness has a completely different material cause to the emptiness. So I think that for enlightenment is a completely different cause than what I think I don't want. So that's what I can tell you.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you. Who else you got, Venerable Upala?
I have Venerable Sunam. coming from the wilds of Diamond Mountain.
Ooh, those big yogis from the south.
Thank you, Chloe, for your deep insight from deep retreat. I took it to a very practical level. As you see, I was really looking at the dark blue sky all the time during the class and the mountains. And then I had this instant reactions. Do I really want to deconstruct these mountains because I perceive them as beautiful? And then I had the thought, and I think it's the same with my mental afflictions, that I love my mental afflictions. Not all of them, but a few of them. And I think I really realized that I also need to deconstruct these mental afflictions I'm clinging to and which I have really not aversion to. There are mental afflictions which are obvious, I want to get rid of. But my conclusion today was really check which mental afflictions, which mountains I need to deconstruct, which I'm clinging to.
Beautiful. Thank you for bringing us back down to earth. I think we have reached the end of our 15 minutes, and it's very clear that we could be talking about this for quite some time. So do think about this, talk about this with your friends, meditate on this, and our next class is going to be out of this world. Thank you so much, Geshe-la.
Yay, thank you. Okay, I'd like to introduce Juan Hustle from the Peachtree World News, and Grandpa's gonna go sit with his wife. Okay, bye.
Thank you, Geshe-la. Thank you, Venerable Utpala, and everyone for your contributions, for your, how do you call it, insights. So today, I wanted to be a surprise, but I guess now everybody knows. We have a very special guest with us visiting from the northern lands of New York. And he's here with us. We have Hector. We want to have some talk with him and to know what's he's planning, what he's doing. Hector, please, welcome. Thank you for coming. Thank you for what you're doing. I mean, thank you. It's amazing that you are like managing this like supermodel agency that you know it's called, or what is it like? It's that it is, no?
It's the sexiest thing in New York City.
Yeah. I hear, like, I know that these days you are the #1. When people look for like, I want to go to do yoga, I want to learn meditation. They are in New York, they type on internet, and this is the place that they like. How much did you have to pay to?
Actually, that's the awesome thing. We decided some time ago not to try to be #1, but to try and live the philosophy we're teaching. We got really humbled by so many yoga studios and so many meditation studios opening up before the pandemic. And then it was too much for us to try and pay for advertising and the rest. We decided $0 advertising dollars. We will shine the experience that we're practicing. And I think that took longer than our competitors, other brands that open meditation studios, look sexy and paid for advertising and paid for PR. We paid $0. And then within about 5 years, we hit #1 on Yelp as the go-to meditation studio in New York City. Yeah,
that's awesome.
So in New York City, you know.
Yeah, I know. It's amazing. It's really amazing. So, what do you think is the role of having fun? Because I think there is some kind of connection. Whenever I see the people from the New York community, I see that they are very, very united. They are friends between each other, and I think that that's a key on every success for the communities, to be friends with each other, to like spending time with each other, to have fun with each other. So what do you think is that, or how do you, as the manager of this project, how do you encourage these fun activities and this sense of how to say,
family,
Yeah. It's good.
brother and sisterhood.
There's a couple of things. Number one is New York is a hard place. Yeah. You do one good thing and 20 people will tell you why it's bad. You know? And 19 of them are in your group. And so you're the number 20th. No. But what it is you cannot hide from the terrible reality that is samsara, that is the suffering world. New York will hit you in the face when you're having the best time. Yeah, constantly. There's so much life from everywhere in the world condensed in a small place, and then you have to share it with the rats and the cockroaches and the whole thing, right? So you cannot hide from afflictions in New York, even if you tried. And with this philosophy, I mean, it's thanks to the Shantideva idea of joyful effort that you can make fun at the terrible thing in front of you. It becomes so ridiculous. You're trying to do nice things. You're trying to be good. It becomes so ridiculous that all you can do is laugh and move forward. Yeah. And then you find friends along the path who are also laughing at your terrible things. And you're like, surrender, like, oh, you laugh at my terrible thing too. I see my terrible thing.
Now I like you.
And that bonds you so deeply because you're bonded. It's like fused with the most material in the mountain, the material thing that is human suffering. Most of our minds are focused on problems. And when with joyful effort, you can transform that problem into, we're the same, right? Your mind is garbage. My mind is garbage. Let's do nice things together. And I think that's what's bonded the Three Jewels community over the years is we've had to face really hard things together. And we laugh at it. Like we just laugh at the ridicule, like samsara is not coming in to this beautiful thing because we're going to make fun of you. Yeah.
That's very beautiful. That's very beautiful. And I really do see that sense of family, friendship in that community. So I think it's a great success and a great example for all of us to do that. I would like now to talk a little bit about what you've been doing in, let's say, in the last year and what are you planning to do next? And maybe we can show people whenever you want, we can show the website.
Yeah, sure. Look, I just finished typing up a rejoicing document for what Three Jewels has done in 2023. Thank you. Because it was incredible to see. This is the second year, 2023 was the second year that we tried to bring the joy of Three Jewels and this practice to the other depressed wellness communities in New York. So through COVID, many, if not 99% of the yoga studios, 100% of the meditation studios shut down. And it's thanks to the practice of the Three Jewels teachers who volunteered to do it for free through COVID. And then we gave away for free all our wellness stuff through COVID. We stayed open, physically for the period that we could. And thanks to that, we decided to gather all the communities around New York who are doing meditation, wellness, and the rest to come and celebrate with us the power of what we're doing to other people's minds. If you want to learn meditation, if you want to understand how yoga works, if you want to go deeper into the philosophy of the East to transform your mind, come and celebrate with us. You're not our competitors for one night a year. And this is our Med Gala. Yeah, our Med Gala is we invite everyone to dress up as if you've already got the result of all your practices. Your mind is pure. Everyone looks pure. And so our competitors like Jiva Mukti and mindfulness and, FPMT, we're all invited to bring their communities and just be friends for one night a year on May 5th. So the Met Gala this year had 1,100 gods and goddesses dressed up so beautifully. They loved each other. They had masks. They didn't care whether they are trying to beat the marketing dollars that we don't have. And that's the biggest thing. But the other thing we did at Three Jewels this year is we taught 3 ACI courses. We gave we brought 2 groups of people into the higher teachings, the Dhamma Way teachings. We taught 5 of those courses, as well as did 2 retreats, meaning teaching people how to learn how to go into deep silent retreat with 4 sits a day and the whole structure. And we counted 49,500 visits to 3 jewels. So nearly 59, sorry, 60,000 visits to 3 jewels to get their minds. It's stunning. Stunning.
And how do you see the next year coming? Like, what's your vision?
Right?
Yeah, I bet, right? But you say you had, is that something that you want to show in the website? Is there already, or first you would like just to mention what's in your mind?
The main thing that's in my mind, when you look at the 3 Jewels website, which is for the public, right? So people that don't know anything about anything, they're interested to tame their minds because something's going on in their minds and they want to learn to meditate, or they want to learn to move their bodies. And mostly they come to 3 Jewels because they understand connection, community happens there. The main thing I want to mention is nearly 200 volunteers who have found something precious in taking care of each other, and they do it so lovingly. Like I don't see myself as the guy, the boss of 3 Jewels. I'm holding a space for people to just love each other, and when they do, they're on fire and they just want to take care of more people. So the main thing about 3 Jewels, it doesn't matter that we're teaching a class, a course, a meditation thing. If you come in there, you will be electrified with love for strangers, and it's palpable. And then hopefully we train enough people to do that so they can go to their places and do that again in their own way. That's the main thing that you will find if you come to 3 Jewels. Sorry, it's really beautiful.
Yeah. Thank you for that you're doing. I think you're holding a very cool space. I think my opinion is that actually the 3 Jewels in New York makes money. I mean, yeah, well, yeah, that too. But I mean, just in a small scale, it makes the city better. And that's very tangible, right? And then if you think bigger, it also makes the country better, the world better. So it's a great project, but you can see like it's like I like to see the big impact that a project like this can have in a community, not only in a little community, but I'm talking about the whole city. Like having this place is making us the city a much bigger, a much better place.
We get stopped.
That's very beautiful.
Like if we're wearing 3 Jewels merch, like the t-shirt or the hat or something, we get stopped in Harlem, in Queens, at the airport. We're
You are
like,
respected.
like, you're from 3 Jewels.
That's
and
amazing.
it blows my mind.
Yeah.
Like, 3 Jewels? Like for me, it's still that place I found 27 years ago where Rob and I met. And,
very cool.
And it just did something to my mind, and it's massive now. It's actually big. Yeah. Thank you.
Amazing. No, thank you. I've been there only once. I really liked it.
Yeah.
Maybe I'll go sometime soon.
Yeah.
Okay, so because we have 2 minutes left, we want to ask you to help us with this activity.
Sure.
Last session we had a game, a lottery. No, not a lottery game. We encourage people to sign up for the Good Night Reading Club, and we propose that everyone who were signing up that day is going to participate in a special lottery where they are, getting available to win a special prize. And we're gonna do that. For that, we're gonna invite Lindsay, and Hector is gonna use. No, you stay. We're gonna use your magic hand. But first, shake it to make it more exciting.
Here we go. And my magic hand goes in there.
Yes.
And I don't look. And
yes,
this one got stuck to my hand.
Yes.
Yeah. And I will read it.
Yeah.
And it says Hector. No, it doesn't. It says Ken Chu from Singapore. Good.
So Ken Chu from Singapore. She is Now the owner of the prize with cheese. What are you? What are we
So
preparing?
we're gonna mail you a signed picture of Geshe Michael that has something to do with the translation efforts. So thank you so much. Yeah.
With a special signature, right?
Mhm.
Okay, thank you very much. So we'll see each other again on Monday for more fun, more adventures, and more wisdom. Thank you very much. And I think that's it for today. Thank you. Yeah, we go. There is more happening. Words class. If you want to learn the ancient mysteries and wisdom of Tibetan language. See you soon.
Thanks, Juan. Hi, Hector.
Hi, how are you? Blessings.
Great. Nice to see you.
Likewise.
Thank you, Juan.
Thank you, Warren. I'm working on your document.
Keep
Little by little. Little by little. But
Very
it's
little
happening.
by little. Thanks, Juan.
See you. Oh, I'm losing connection. I'm losing connection.
Bye. Okay. So we're gonna start